I have moist enough lips. I don't really pop my peas or anything. Oh, can't wait to hear what that sounds like.
Kind of sounds like Donald Duck when he gets pissed off.
That's where you're like quiet.
Sorry. I just feel like if I go loud, I'm gonna be like, "Hey!"
No,
there. You actually literally just like matched us. Finally, I'm watching the. What the fuck are those things called?
Replay.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, it's not even like the recording like stuff.
Yeah.
And Audacity.
This is my voice on TV.
Welcome to the Retro Smash video game podcast where we record naked with three guys in the basement. It's me, and I'm jerking off to my meat.
We're totally keeping that in, right?
Yes.
This is the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast, wherever you are, wherever you may be listening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, live from the Gene Parmesan Memorial Studios. I am Weldy Time. Joining me here in the booth, they are two of a kind, but they can't beat three of a kind. He's Andy.
I'll beat whatever I want to beat.
Damn straight. And he's Mitch.
Ayo.
And joining us from the Retro Smash Cup on a String Radio Network, he's Ricky.
What's up, everybody?
What's shaking, Bacon? How are you?
Another day in paradise. How are things in Weldy land?
They are... It's weird. My name is Weldy, and this is my 10th day without attempting a speedrun.
Wow.
Yeah. My 10th day without attempting any
Hi,
kind
Weldy.
of a speedrun. Hi. This is tough for me. I've been a speedrunner for 3 years now. And actually, hold on, that might be ending soon, but I'll get to mine.
What? Whoa.
Yeah, that might, well, not speedrunning be ending, but ending my no speedrun. Retro Game Live is doing a Mario weekend for March 8th, 9th, and 10th. Oh. Yeah, so Mar 10, which I looked for Mario Milk in the store like last week. They didn't have it out yet. So I think they're going to have it out this week. So I think we just polished off our last gallon, so we need to go get some more. So I'm going to look for Mario Milk.
Get to me.
Milk me, Mario, milk me.
It's a 2%. And this is a 2% household. You shut the hell up. I'm pointing out.
I'm sorry to all of our Italian listeners out there. We are being super racist to you guys, okay? I even did the finger gestures when I was making fun of Mario's voice, so just want to let you guys know that I'm sorry that we were speaking a soprano tone, okay? I'm sorry.
What do you mean the soprano?
Oh, God. I can't even do a James Gandolfini impression. My favorite scene was when he went to the auto body shop and attacked the guy that owed him money. He did that in one take. He like threw him up against a chair and then slapped him. And the guy was like, "Come on, man. We're friends. Our kids go to school together." And they slapped him. He's like, "I'll give you tomorrow. Tomorrow, you have my fucking money." And he walked out. He did that entire scene in one take on a raging hangover.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, he didn't want to go in and act that day, but he's like, fuck it, we're just going to do it. He did that entire scene in one take, and it's like a 2-minute scene where he just pushes the guy in the chair against his desk and like gets in his face and slaps him a couple times. It is brutal. Speaking of brutal, Ricky, what have you been up to lately, kid?
Nothing. Like, I'm being so fucking for real. I have not picked up the joysticks to either my Switch or my PlayStation in forever. So I've been spending all my free time putting together Lego sets that I've had like growing dust in the boxes. Yep, I got a Miles Morales one that the missus got me a few years ago for my birthday. I just haven't had anywhere to put it. We've been doing a couple of jigsaw puzzles on Sundays, so that's been it. I've been watching TV more than anything else.
So you're finally old. The gray hair's caught up to you.
You know, it's even worse because somebody at work today came in looking for an apartment and they were like, oh, I just celebrated my 20th birthday. I was like, oh yeah, happy belated birthday. And they're like, yeah, I'm officially old now. And I was like, oh man, way to sucker punch me. You're a child, honestly. I really feel old saying that also. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go lay down, have some Metamucil and call it a night.
I was going to say, you're like, I got Matlock coming on at 7.
You make jokes, but I do sit up and we watch reruns of the old Family Feud and of Supermarket Sweep.
Oh, okay, no, hold on, time out. I watched the old episodes of Supermarket Sweep. I'm not calling you old for that. Like, I guess Matlock is always the go-to when it comes to old people shows.
That's because you lived in the 90s. Matlock
yeah.
is no longer
Matlock was on 30 years ago when we were kids. Now, Supermarket Sweep was on 30 years ago. So, yeah, that's an old person show.
But he had such a sweet sweater vest, though. Like, sweet sweaters all the time, man.
He did, and I said that to Shauna, and I said, yo, dude wears the best Coogee sweaters ever, and I absolutely want to rock them, but I'm worried that I would just come off looking more like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say looking like Mr. Rogers, but yeah, okay, let's see.
Andy, how's life for you, bud?
Same as always, working, and I literally have never touched Baldur's Gate since. I said, fuck it all. I'm just going to go save up for PS5 and get that Spider-Man game. But my car took a whole big old dump on me. I've been taking it to the dealership. I drive a Volkswagen Beetle diesel engine, so, like, it's hard to find a mechanic.
That thing's a diesel?
Yeah.
Good lord.
So I've been taking it to the dealership, and they're like, well, it's going to be $8,000 to fix this.
$8,000?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, let me make some phone calls. Found another garage. They said it's going to be about $3,000 or $4,000. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's been in the shop for 2.5 weeks. They've been waiting on parts. And I'm like, cool. I'll just keep driving my fucking parents' giant SUV that takes up $80 worth of gas a week.
Oh.
So that's my life.
Dude, you were better off keeping the orange Cobalt, man.
Yeah, you were.
Well, at this point, that thing was a piece of junk too. Oh my God, I drove that thing to the damn ground.
You had that one for over 10 years, though.
Yeah. I sold it to my HR manager, and well, she gave it to her daughter, who just turned like 16, and her 16-year-old daughter drove it into a cornfield. So that car is definitely no more. It is dead.
What a very Midwestern thing to do.
That thing was like 4 different colors, wasn't it?
That's not the first time that it's been driven into a cornfield either, or
Probably
a ditch, or a railing.
Definitely not drove into a snowbank and had to walk 2 miles back to a bar to get a ride back home.
Or into a deer.
I still think Scott's car was sketchier at that time.
It was a good car, man.
I did not like Scott's car.
Mitch, what's been going on with you?
I am so close, but yet so far from 100%ing Suicide Squad.
I'm surprised you haven't already.
It's such a grindy game. You have to get to... The last achievement I need is you got to get to squad level 50. So the max level in the game for each character is 30, but after that, you have, like, talent points, and that's when your squad level kicks in. So it's max XP. It takes forever to level up. I'm level like 35. So I
just use your rare candies.
Thank you. But
hey, that's a relevant thing to say on this episode of Retro Smash Video Game Podcast.
I did also want to share, I think I do know the 2 next games are going to 100% that will be on my Twitch. The next one's going to be RoboCop. I'm pretty excited.
Nice.
I just bought that one on sale.
Yeah, Spanky loves that game.
And then I really wanted to challenge myself. I hate Dark Soul games, but everyone said this is the must-play game, so I'm going to 100% Elden Ring after I 100% RoboCop.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my plans for now as I cry trying to continue to finish Suicide Squad. I'm over it.
So wait, hold on. Is Suicide Squad still like the first game that you're 100%ing, or is that like the second or third one now?
So I 100%ed Vice City. I 100%ed an indie game. I can't remember. I have it listed at home. And then I 100%ed Pal World, which is oddly enough why we're doing this episode. Then Suicide Squad will be the 4th game I've 100%ed in terms of my 12 for 24 this
But
year.
you're still doing pretty good. I can't deny that. Like, your dedication to 100%ing is something I only can dream of achieving.
Same.
I've thought about throwing the Spider-Man games into there, buying a PS4 at least, and doing, I think the 2 games are on PS4, but I think I just want to keep it to Xbox.
Just keep it to Xbox, man. Really challenge yourself.
That's why Elden Ring's in there.
Well, you've been doing anything?
I actually opened the PS5,
Proud of you.
and the first games I bought 3 games. I bought Twisted Metal 2,
Hey.
I bought Twisted Metal Black,
Hey.
and I bought the remastered version, and I never got to play it as a kid, of Medieval.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I grew up. I had an Xbox all these years, so I never had that, and that was a PlayStation exclusive. So I finally got a chance to buy that. I haven't got a chance to play around with it because I've been playing around with Black and 2, and I bought NASCAR Heat 5. I was playing that on stream last night, man. That was a blast. It's amazing how many people popped into chat last
You
night.
got a newbie pop in.
Yeah, somebody popped in and they were actually discussing, like, yeah, I think your tires are going to be good and you're going to be good for the long haul. I actually did a 40-lap race at Daytona and it took me like a half hour, and it was actually a lot of fun because I was talking with chat the whole time and doing a couple odds and ends things. It was 2.5 hours. I got a couple new followers, so that was sweet. That means I'm 8 followers away from the speedrun exhibition.
Sweet.
And,
Nice.
Ricky, you'll be glad to hear, Friday night, I had nothing to do, so I sat and watched the first 6 episodes of Twisted Metal.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Where'd you go?
Hell yeah. What'd you think?
I like it. I guess I'm waiting for the next season, because the next season they're actually going into like a tournament format. There's not a lot of...
So I'll put it like this. The first season, it's really well done because it does a lot of the world building. It's like, here's our world building, here's our characters, we're doing all this up front. And then second season is straight up tournament, and it's about to get good.
Yeah, and that's what I'm waiting for, because there's all these little subtle nuances that if you never played the Twisted Metal games, but like, oh, I played Twisted Metal 2 or whatever, like Flower Power, that reference whenever Twister to Flower Power and she got in her Volkswagen Beetle, I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome, because Flower Power was a playable character in Twisted Metal 3. So they managed to use a character like that in this show, and they used Twister, who was from 2, and Flower Power from 3, and obviously you had Outlaw, you have who's eventually going to be Roadkill. I still don't know, because like I say, I'm only 6 episodes in, I still don't know who Quiet is going to be.
But that's already been greenlit for season 2. They've already started filming and writing and everything.
Dude, hell yes. I'm waiting for them to do like a full Twisted Metal 2 world tour, because out of all the Twisted Metals that had the best lore was probably Twisted Metal 2. Like, you could do some Twisted Metal Black in there, but that's where it gets creepy. I accidentally looked ahead a little bit, and there was an episode with Preacher. Preacher was from Black, so they're going multiple games across the spectrum here, and I really like that. And it's that kind of stuff where it's like fan service, I guess, to longtime actual Twisted Metal game players who's played them all, like I have.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I said Flower Power, I'm like, okay, that's fan service. It was just like in Jurassic World when you saw the visitor center from Jurassic Park. That's fan service.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. Like, that feeds to my old ass, since we're talking about old people in here apparently today.
I don't know if I would call it fan service if they had a character from number 3, because mind you, there's some like 6 or 7 Twisted Metal games. I know that a lot of people just kind of stopped playing at 3. Like 3 was like the cutoff point, because the rest of them after that were not good.
Right.
But here's where I'll circle back around to. What do you think of Samoa Joe's acting as Sweet Tooth?
Oh my god. It's him and Will Arnett together are just great. Like, I didn't think Sweet Tooth was going to be a character like that, because the Sweet Tooth that's depicted in the show is the Sweet Tooth that's depicted in Twisted Metal Black. And if you played all the way through Sweet Tooth's story in Twisted Metal Black, you would know he's nothing. I mean, he's got the same murderous rampage lifestyle, but there's nothing funny about him. Like, in Twisted Metal Black, he's just there to kill. It's a really humorous spin on the character, and I really like it, honestly. He could just be a murder hobo the entire time, and it would just take everybody out of it. But no, I really do enjoy Sweet Tooth and Samoa Joe and Will Arnett as a combined character.
I'm glad, because that was definitely one of my favorite parts of the show as well. Every time I was a scene with him, I'm like, yeah, this is the good shit. Inject this straight into my veins.
I kept seeing the signs for Calypso is real. I'm waiting for like some kind of Calypso to maybe in season 2 or season 3 do a world. No spoilers, because I haven't gotten that far yet.
How about you watch the rest of the show?
I have 4 episodes left, and I'm not going to be able to watch them until at least probably some Friday night in the middle of November in 2027.
Sure.
So that's probably the next time I'm going to be able to watch them.
I'll give you until one of our recordings in April, and that's when I'm circling back to it. So the heat is on.
Okay, and in April. April's the cutoff.
The heat is on.
The heat is on. Was there anybody better at writing fucking music for movies in the 80s than Kenny Loggins? Like, honestly. Yeah, you had Danger Zone, you had I'm Alright for Caddyshack. I mean, come on.
You got Footloose? How dare you forget Footloose? Oh my god.
Oh, I would.
That's like probably the most iconic.
That is fair. There we go. Yeah. Well, I guess okay. I'm a gigantic.
I will slap the shit out of you for not mentioning that.
I'm a gigantic Caddyshack fan. Okay, I love the movie Caddyshack. So
I'm alright.
I always use the same.
Worry about me.
Hey, $1,000 as you slice into the woods, and then they hit it in the woods. I was golfing with somebody, and they didn't use the Judge Smails line, but they just got pissed off at me, and they hit it in the woods, and I went, "Okay, you can know me." They're like, "Fuck you, Weldy."
So what are we all drinking on tonight, kids?
Mitch, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Crown Royale peach tea.
Ooh, do you have an extra by chance? Because that sounds really good. I honestly want to try it.
Yeah, I got an extra one.
Well, I don't know if I want a whole can. Like, if you're drinking an extra one, I might try it.
I'm not afraid of cooties.
Okay.
If you drink it, don't like it, I'm
Backstreet
afraid.
Tour 2.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys tour.
Back.
Andy, what you drinking?
Rock your whole body,
I'm curious to figure out what this is.
Okay, I was keeping this hidden from Mitch. I am drinking Better Tomorrow Green Grape Soju.
And it's a beer?
Nope, it's technically a liqueur from, well, this one's from Korea, but it's usually Japanese. So it's like rice-based liqueur.
You're drinking sake, motherfucker?
No, it's
That's
not sake.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Like, so it's sake?
It's not. Sake and soju are two different things. It's like comparing whiskey to brandy.
All
but
right,
they
get
are.
off. All right, whatever, weeb. fucking drink weeb over here.
Yes, I work at a liquor store.
Way to just tell the world.
I've already said this 12 times.
Yeah, he said it all the time. Whenever
I
he
keep
brings
trying to say you work a Foot Locker to protect you.
he brings all these exotic drinks in here, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Like every single time he brings it in.
Well, I try to mix it up because y'all like Coors Light and my Monster Beast peach flavor.
Hey, I'm actually drinking something different tonight, honestly.
What are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking Fireball, and I have mixed it with caffeine-free zero sugar root beer. I am officially, as of today when we're recording this on the 22nd, I'm officially 8 days no caffeine.
Hey.
I hate everybody.
Okay, back to the podcast.
There we go.
I
That's
did
a good-
want to
that's a good
share one cool thing. I forgot about whenever we were talking about us. So I hired an artist to design a tattoo for me, and the tattoo is going to be Nemesis from Resident Evil 3 that I'm getting tattooed on my
I
forearm.
thought I were gonna get the retro smash.
Fuck that.
I'm like, yeah, awesome, fuck yeah.
Maybe in the future. But I thought it was neat. I couldn't find any pictures I wanted, and I got a hold of an artist. I'm like, look, I need this for a tattoo. Like, I can't find exactly what I want, so I'm pretty excited to have that artist come through, and I get the tattoo on March 13th.
What's that like, being able to get a tattoo?
It's like getting scratched by a cat for 3 hours.
Oh,
It really doesn't hurt that bad. Maybe like shade. I'd say shading hurts the most, but otherwise it doesn't hurt that
Damn
bad.
it.
Yeah, shading sucks a lot of dick. When I got my Candyman tattoo, that dude was digging in, and I was like, "Motherfuck, this
Also depends
sucks."
where you're getting it at.
I will say, I mean, I know you can see my forearm, so I got
Yeah.
I got a Captain America shield and Mjolnir on my forearm, and the tattoo artist was getting pissed off at me because my fingers kept twitching, and he had his whole forearm on my arm, and like I couldn't move, but my fingers just kept twitching because he was fucking with my tendons.
I have a gift card to get a tattoo. I'm gonna get the Miles Morales Spider-Man logo with the paint dripping or whatever on my arm. But you know what? I'll say fuck it. I'll get a Retro Smash tattoo.
I kind of want to get it too. I said it and I was like, yeah.
I think my fiance would be pissed that I got a matching tattoo with you four bozos.
Three bozos.
You will never get a tattoo.
I can't.
Can't.
I have a blood condition.
No, he can't. He
Yeah,
can't
or
get
else
one.
by now I would have had on my forearm. I would have had L1 up, down, left.
Nice.
Because that's the cheat code for Minion and Twisted Metal 2.
Gotcha.
I would have totally had that on my
You
forearm.
wouldn't have the Konami code.
No, that's too long.
Too long.
Either that,
Up, down,
that,
up,
and
right,
I would
right,
also
yeah.
had like the Reds logo on my right bicep and had 19, 40, 75, 76, and 90 on it.
I will say, if you ever change your mind and you say fuck your blood condition, don't ever get anything with yellow. Yellow. Is
Hey, fuck your
terrible.
blood
I got
condition.
like 5 tattoos of that.
Okay, but once you start getting tan and you get yellow on, it
Well,
fucks
they-
with your
they-
tattoo.
I mean, it's faded.
Faded maybe, but
Tan?
I got Claptrap and I got the Vault Boy on me, and they got yellow in them.
Are you tan. You act like you're gonna be outside. Like, do I look like I fucking go outside?
Listen, man.
Dude, I'm whiter. I'm liquid paper white right now. Like,
and I'm Liquid Dukes. Follow my Twitch.
Okay. Do you guys want to play this week's game?
I feel left out because I never got to say what I was drinking. So.
Oh, I'm
thanks,
sorry.
Mitch,
Yeah. What are you
PK.
drinking over there?
I got cut off on that. You know.
You did. I'm sorry. We kind of went. Yeah, we went straight into
it's cool. It's cool. I get it. Our last record of Black History Month, and this is how I get treated. So I'll make sure to call my Uncle Reverend Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. So about the treatment on this podcast, and we'll see how you guys like that.
Oh,
apologize.
But tonight I am drinking Bud Light Lime, Sunny D Seltzer, and Mickey's.
Those Sunny D Seltzers are dangerous.
They actually, they are kind of dangerous. I'll admit to that. Yeah,
fucking dangerous.
They are very delicious. But so far I've gone through one Sunny D Seltzer or one Bud Light Lime in 20 minutes. So that Mickey's I'm about halfway through, and now I guess I usually only drink 3 beers when I'm recording, and this ain't looking too hot tonight.
I'm at the end of my third one, and we're not even halfway through this bitch.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through it. I'm already halfway through my third one. So Ricky's going to be slurring later. So attention, ladies and gentlemen, the captain will be slurring now.
And you studied for the wrong test.
All right, so I'm just throwing this out here. I actually studied for Red and Blue, but I
good.
thought it would be
Proud of
funny
you.
to make
Proud
the
of
joke about Tomb Raider because we were actually going back and forth. Mind you, we should let Weldy get on with his crappy game.
Sure. Yeah. Let's.
Wow.
Let me get off my
I
crappy
thought I
game.
heard crafty, then I heard the P. I'm like, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend you said crafty. Is it this or
I'm
is
sorry,
it
I'm
that?
drunk and
Shut
I'm-
the
and I'm
hell up.
sorry.
You have to choose.
hey! And that's the bottom line.
I'm sorry, Ricky. What were you saying?
It doesn't matter.
I love you, bud. Let me slurp it out.
All right.
I'm very excited for that episode. I'm sorry.
All right, so your category, we're gonna stick to Pokemon theme for this week's game. Your category for today is where in the world is Carmen Sandy Pikachu? Because I can't think of a clever pun for this one.
What's those little diglets? Sandigletto.
What?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandug Trio? There we go. I got it. There we go. We got it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a list of 7 names. You have to tell me if each of the names is, quite simply, this is a simple one this week, is either a Pokemon or a country of the world.
How many Pokemon are there?
There's over 1,000 now. I know it.
Well,
With
people still argue there's no more than 151.
Wait.
That's the argument I would make because I'm old as fuck,
There's only 151 animals in the existence of the world.
and like 26 of them are foxes.
What does that?
I got bad news for y'all. I absolutely paid attention to that Animaniacs countries of the world, so you got no chance.
Turn off your Google, bitch.
I just love. I love
Google these
the,
nuts, bitch.
All I know is the Animaniacs. It's a meme that it says when you ask an American what countries really matter, and it just goes United States, and then it cuts off. All right, guys, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, number 1. I'm going to tell you guys right now there are no votes, and there is not 100% chance guarantee that I'm going to pronounce any of these correctly.
I can't wait for you to botch them.
I'm going to botch all 7 of these. I'm just going to tell you. Number 1, Gabon or Gabon.
Country.
Gabon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Fuck. That's a country.
Are you switching?
Fuck it. I'm going country.
Country. Okay. It is a country. It has 2.3 million people as of 2023. Now, here's what I didn't tell you guys. You can earn bonus points. You can earn a half a bonus point if you come closest to where the country is in the world. And this is for all 3 of you.
Africa.
Where at?
What? No.
You said country. Africa's a whole country.
It's a continent. Thanks for playing.
Oh,
You have to tell me where exactly it's at.
Oh, god damn it. I was thinking
I'm a little
continent.
too drunk.
Yeah.
Well, you have to tell me, like, where at. Like,
Okay,
center, west, northwest, out, just west of.
We're gonna go Southwest Africa.
Southwest Africa. Okay, Mitch?
Fuck. I'm gonna go Western Russia.
Okay, Western Russia. Ricky, what do you got?
Indiana.
I'm going to say East Africa, like close by Ethiopia.
Gotcha. Okay. It is on the west coast of Africa.
Just west,
Fuck.
not southwest.
No, but you're close because we're on the west coast
So
of
you get a
Africa.
half point?
Yeah, you get a half point. Now remember, you guys keep your own points because I really don't fucking care.
Points on
So
that.
1.5.
Right. All right. Number 2, Kiribati or Kiribati? Kiribati, Kiribati. Kiribati or Kiribati? One of the two. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna go country again.
Kiribati.
Pokemon.
It's a country.
1.5.
It's a country.
Oh.
It only has 121,000 people. Andy, since you got the last one right, where is it?
I'm going to say the Middle East.
Middle East, okay.
It's gonna sound racist. Don't want to say Iraq.
So that's Middle East. Thanks for playing. Okay. Ricky, what do you got?
I'm going to say I want to say the Middle East, but I'm going to go with Eastern Europe.
Okay, can I just say, like, right now, you had the chance to go with the rest of the world, and you decided to go something close to where these two guessed?
Better
Yeah.
pull up a mileage. How far away is Iraq from this
Okay,
place?
it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, jeez.
It is just northeast of Australia. So, by default, I think Mitch gets it with Iraq.
Okay.
The Middle
You're-
East.
I was more specific.
Yeah, you were more specific. That is true.
2.5.
2.5. Okay. I wanted Ricky to be like, okay, you know what? Whatever. We're going to go somewhere in South America. Like, just somewhere the opposite end of the globe. You would have definitely got it. Number 3, Applin.
Pokemon.
I'm going Pokemon also.
That's a Pokemon.
It is a Pokemon. Good work, kids. Gen 7, it's a grass dragon type, and it looks like an apple.
It's in Africa.
You're an apple. All right.
You know, hold on a second. Hold on a second. You know, I think this. I'll say this or that game is fucked up because while you're forcing us to name where the countries are located, you're not forcing us to know what generation or what gen these Pokemon are.
Ooh.
These
That
are
could
all
be
Gen
some
1.
easy half points
If we're-
also.
Oh, never mind. If we're sticking to red and blue, this is all Gen 1.
Do you want to guess? Because I have more countries and more
I think that's
Pokemon
fair,
on
so
here.
you can do more. You can do the 0.5 on that too.
Okay. All right. You know what? That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we
All right.
doing game or generation?
Generation.
Generate.
How
What
many
gen?
generations
Do you
are
have
there?
the answer to that?
Generation.
Yes, I have all the answers to that.
I'm
yeah.
doing Gen 4.
Well, I told you it was Gen 7.
Oh, whoops. Well, I was way off.
Yeah. He already
guess
gave
it's
it away.
Gen
He doesn't.
All right,
Yeah, I gave it-
I guess it's Gen 7.
I gave it away. All right.
I need to know how many gens are there.
There's like 10.
Okay.
There's
There's
like
9.
12.
There's 9, about to be 10.
Okay.
All right. Number 4, Meltan or Meltan.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's Pokemon.
Is Pokemon Steel type. It's the one that looks like a Ditto. It looks like a Ditto with a gold bolt on top of its head. What gen?
5.
4.
3.
6.
Hey!
Hey, nice.
Fuck.
I don't think I've missed a question. I've got 2 of them right.
5.
Nice. Number 5, Swanna. Swanna or Swanna? Swanna. Swanna or Swanna?
Country.
Okay.
Don't know.
Pokemon.
I'm gonna go Pokemon.
It is a Pokemon.
Damn it.
Yes, it's a water flying type. Essentially, I threw you guys by pronouncing it Swanna,
Yeah.
but it's really Swanna because it's a swan. What gen?
7.
2.
I'm gonna go with 3 again.
It's 4.
Damn. How about that?
Then-
Well, now hold on. How's that split? Did you get a half point?
Well, Ricky's closest because he's one away.
So see,
No, he said
I
7.
said 2.
No, he isn't. He said 2.
I said 2, and then he said 3.
Yeah.
I said 7.
You
You
said
said
7.
7.
Yeah, so it's 4.
So they both get a half point.
Why would we both get a half point?
No, Ricky gets that point. He was closer. It'd be different if you said
2
5.
and 4. The difference is 3.
No, he said 2 and 3. I said 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The alcohol might be
That-
kicking
that-
in.
Oh my god. You know, 2.
That sake's getting
Math.
too fun.
2, 3, or 4. That might
Okay.
be your
I
IQ.
said 2, Ricky said
Jesus.
3, and the answer was 4, bud. Ricky wins.
Folks, this might be a shit episode.
This is absolutely a shit episode. Number 6, Palau or Palau.
Country.
Palau. Palau.
Country.
Country.
It is a country. Has only 18,000 people, which is technically 192nd in the world. Where is it?
I'm going to say it's a Pacific Island.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go Japan.
Okay.
Palau. Fuck. It sounds like a Pacific Island country, but I don't want to go there. So I'm going to go with South America.
Okay, you should have went with the South Pacific Island because it is a Pacific Island.
I fucking knew it. I
It's
did.
just
God damn
north
it.
of the Philippines.
Nice.
Who got
So-
the point?
There you go.
Half point.
Yeah.
You got
I
it.
don't even know what the score is
I'm like-
anymore.
I haven't missed a question, and I'm fucking surprised.
High surprise, I'm dad. Okay, so number 7, Tuvalu or Tuvalu.
Pokemon.
Tuvalu.
Tuvalu or
I'm gonna go with Pokemon.
Tuvalu.
Pokemon.
It's a country.
I was going to say country.
I got everybody on that one. 11,900 people, ranked 194th in the world. Where is it?
Africa. More specifically, Western Seaboard.
Western Africa. Okay, I like a very specific answer. I like that.
Near Australia.
Okay.
I'm going to go Japan again.
Andy actually fucking nailed it.
Shit!
It is middle of the Pacific Ocean, just northeast of Australia. It's another one of those country. Thank you guys for not buffaloing me, by the way. Just northeast of Australia, the same as Kiribati. So those are kind of in the same vicinity. So what was your guys' scores? Like I can't even do halves anymore.
I got a 3.5. I got my points from the country.
Ricky, what'd you get?
Hold on a second here. I actually got everybody's scores written out because I even kept up with everybody's half. Andy has 5.5.
Oh shit!
Damn.
I have 5.5. Mitch has 1, 2,
Should have 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, Mitch has 7. That's
Mitch
what I got. But I was counting your halves in
I
there.
won the Super Bowl and this one. I'm proud of myself.
Hey,
Oh my
I'm Mr.
God.
Manager.
Between
Those are the
last
only two I've
episode
won.
and this one. Oh no, I'm losing. My title is I've been uncrowned. I've been unseated permanently.
I know. You've won like 4 in a row, and then Andy won 1, and then Mitch has won the last 2, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Is that right?
So we had the Super Bowl and then I don't know who won Tekken.
I think I did.
Did you? We
Yeah.
have to start keeping score.
Who cares? Anyways,
I don't know. It's like whose lines anyway.
We should
Week's
do
episode.
an end of the year. Whoever wins the most games should get something.
You should shut the hell up.
And
All
we
right,
should-
this week's
no,
game.
listen, seriously. Somebody should win something.
you win a kiss.
I want one.
No, hold on. I think it should be the person who loses the most should be the one that has to buy all the beer
She will
for
win.
our end of the year episode, for our live episode at the end of the year, and the loser for all those games should have to buy the beer for it.
And it's going to be one of you guys.
Town to undisclosed town. to
Yeah.
record?
The loser's gonna be in the Jello pool. Make you stay on the floor.
Man, that means I got to come up with like 20 more games. I'm running out of ideas.
Wow, we got a lot more episodes.
I know. I'm 55 games in. I'm running out of ideas. I recycled Pokemon again because
Just
Eric
think of all the game shows. Just run through old game shows.
Eric and I did a Pokemon one, but it was funny because I did this one before it was a TikTok trend. It was a Pokemon or a pharmaceutical prescription drug. That one was a hit. That was one of my favorite ones I've ever done. And then somebody did it on TikTok, and then everybody like, oh, this is such a funny idea. I'm like, hey,
Listen
go,
to our podcast, you
listen
assholes.
to our episode, man. What's going on here? Like, I literally did this. Like, I came up with that idea.
No.
You sons of bitches.
Fake news.
Not fake news. It's literally in the recording. What are you talking about? I literally have it recorded.
Who is leading this episode?
I don't know. I can.
I mean, I have a shit ton of shit on Pokemon. But
Let's hop into this week's episode about everybody's favorite Pokemon game. I'll take no further questions on this one. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, a 1996 role-playing video game developed by Game Freak and published by Nintendo originally for the Game Boy. First installment of the Pokemon video game series, they were released in Japan in 96 as Pocket Monsters, Red, Green, and Special Edition Blue. Blue was released in Japan later that year. They were released as Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue in North America in 98 and 99, and it was probably my third favorite Christmas present I've ever received.
Was 1 and 2.
Okay, I'm gonna say this with all sincerity. I love my wife to death. She got me my Switch a couple years ago, but it did not come close to the year I got my PS2.
Yeah, video game consoles as a Christmas present is pretty rad.
Well,
especially
yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah.
N64. I was that kid that's on the viral video going.
Oh yeah, that was, well, it was funny because I got my PS2. We're going to go a little off track here. I got my PS2 because my uncles spoiled it because they got me a copy of Twisted Metal Black. Because we have a tradition. We would go to my aunt's house early on, and then like later in the night we'd go to my grandma's house. That's where all the good shit was. And then my uncles got me a copy of Twisted Metal Black. My parents didn't know what it was, thank God. And then we went back and I had Christmas with my family the next day, and I got my PS2. But it was funny because my parents got me like Madden and Disney Golf and like NFL Street and stuff like that. Or Need for Speed Underground 2 was one they got me. But like my uncles gave me their copy of Grand Theft Auto 3
Whoopsies.
and
Heyo.
Twisted Metal Black.
GTA
And
3
my-
wasn't that bad, though.
Oh God. I mean, I'm
Still, but not that.
dude. I'm beating up hookers at 11 years old, man. I probably shouldn't have been doing that.
But 11-year-olds now playing GTA 5, able to go into strip clubs and
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but I mean it was good. But before that, when I was 9, 10 years old, a couple years before that, I got Pokemon Blue as a Christmas present, and man, I should have bought stock in Duracell. Like that's how much I played that game. I loved it. Oh yeah. It wasn't my Game Boy. It was my dad's Game Boy until I got a Game Boy later. Because all my Christmas presents every year, I made it really easy. I'm like, I want a video game system. Like I don't want books. I don't want anything else. It was like I laid it on really thick too. What do you want? I'm like, Game Boy. You want anything else? Nope. Game Boy. Oh, you really sure you don't want like can we take you somewhere? Do you want a nice pair of shoes?
Did you not spend that much money on you?
Yeah. Nope. Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color. Thanks. And I just went back to play with my like Legos and Kinects and shit. But that was like what I really wanted. Playing Pokemon Blue that night that I got it. That was the first in my long line of playing video games for like however many. I know someday I'm gonna die and I'm gonna ask Jesus and be like, how many hours did I spend playing video games? That was my first all-nighter, was Pokemon Blue. I played that until the sun came up. Like that's how much I played that. That's when I loved that game, and I still have my original copy.
Nice.
That thing's probably worth a fucking fortune.
It's fried. It's not worth shit. It's
just the
fried.
cartridge or whatever is probably worth a shit
It's
ton.
not. Well, I have a couple because I got one that works and I have one that doesn't work. The one that does work actually cost me like $35 to get before I learned about emulation. That was one of the best things about that is going back because I got it when I was like 11. Not that I'm by the way, you can cut this out. I'm trying not to bogart the entire episode, but this was a game that meant a lot, and I'm like, this is one of my favorite Christmas presents I ever gotten. So as soon as we started doing this episode, I'm like, yes.
I think this is going to hit a lot of people. So, I've never played Pokemon Blue, Red, Yellow, Ruby, whatever. You've never played Pokemon? The only Pokemon games I've played is Pokemon Snap, and I only played Pokemon Snap at the Best Buy on a gigantic screen TV. That's the only place I ever played Pokemon Snap.
Oh, nice.
And then Pokemon Go. That's the only two Pokemon games I've ever played.
Ricky, you got my back right on this one, right? You've played Blue and Red, right?
I played Red a bit. I got bad news. Like, I'm like Andy. I didn't play Red all the way through because I didn't have a fucking Game Boy. And I was hoping that by having a Switch, they would, start uploading some of those Pokemon games on to the Switch, like some of those older classics. And they haven't. So I'm a little heartbroken. And I'll bring that up in the episode as well.
Did you bring Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee?
I did. So I'm not saying that I never bought like any Pokemon games altogether. I just didn't play like the initial ones that were on the Game Boy because I didn't have a Game Boy. I had access to one like through cousins or friends or something, but I didn't have one personally. So I had to wait until I got older and then I could start buying my own games for it or
That's
my own
okay.
games in general.
Right.
Well, wasn't Let's Go Pikachu a remake?
Yeah, it was
a remake
Let's
in
Go
Yellow, yeah.
Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
So I watched Weldy play that when I was out with COVID.
That's even funnier that you said that because me and Scott both bought Let's Go Eevee and we both bought Let's Go Eevee and like was playing it on the big screen at the house in the living room.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I know enough about Pokemon to still be able to chime in or whatever. It's not like I'm not knowledgeable of it. I don't want anybody to think that.
No, you're good.
If there's one person that is very knowledgeable, it'll definitely be me for it.
So, like I said, I played Red, Blue, but I played some of Silver and Gold, and I didn't play anything really again until Let's Go Pikachu because I'm a boomer and I like the first edition. Mitch, what did you play?
The one I spent a lot of time on, especially on the 3DS, and I bought it recently for the Switch, Pearl. I played the shit out of Pokemon Pearl. Played that a lot. I got into a little bit of Let's Go Pikachu, but other than that, I really haven't played too much Pokemon. Obviously, this episode's kind of themed around Pal World, so I'll throw in that I played Pal World, even though it's not a Nintendo, but
we're riding the coattails, just like
yeah,
Pal World is.
it's pretty much
Right.
that's the theme of this episode is we're riding the Pal World tail. So I mean, I played those three. They're all pretty. I think Pearl's definitely my favorite. I think that'd probably be my first all-nighter. If not that, Black Ops 2 Zombies would be my all-nighter first. Let's Go Pikachu. I really don't remember. I just knew I had it and it's kind of like cool. And I sold my Switch like a couple months later. So
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's basically it's a remake of Yellow, which the difference is like you don't get to pick your starter Pokemon, you get Pikachu as a starter, like in the anime.
Okay.
My starter was always Charmander until I got older, and then I started going with Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur was a poison type. I did a poison type run in Blue, and that was fun as hell because that team was stacked. Like I had Venusaur, Vileplume, Gengar, Muck, I had Beedrill, and I had I can't remember I probably had some kind of HM slave, something like like a Pidgey or something to hold all my HMs, to hold Surf and Fly and Flash. It was probably a Farfetch'd because it could learn Cut and Fly and Flash.
What is your starter, Ricky?
So we're talking red and blue, so everybody knows Squirtle Squad for life, motherfucker. And guaranteed I will definitely be getting a Squirtle Squad fucking tattoo at some point.
Well, how's that going? Was just like Squirtle and like just under it says like Squirtle above and Squad below?
It's going to say like Squirtle above, Squad below, but in the middle it's going to be like the sunglasses that he wears.
Oh, yes. Nice.
That's who I am. So I guess everybody can figure out it's not necessarily the easiest one to start out with, especially when you're like going through certain areas, fighting a bunch of grass Pokemon and you're fighting with a water Pokemon, and everybody's like, yeah, man, that shit don't work on me, bud. So I find using Charmander is kind of a cop-out because you get to just walk through that area and just like ember everybody left and right.
Until you get to Misty. Misty wrecked you.
But it's not that easy with with your main water Pokemon either, because then you're like, it's just water against water, and now it's just like whose water is better than whose, Let me go. I gotta use my normal attacks now.
By the way, Ricky, in the group chat, I just sent the tattoo you should get. It has the glasses, but he's also playing the saxophone.
Oh my yeah. I'll throw myself in there. My starter Pokemon is the same as Ricky's. I'll go Squirtle. I love Squirtle.
See, Squirtle was a great endgame because when you got to Blaine and Giovanni had a Arcanine that was a fire type, and then Blaine was all fire Pokemon. So the beginning game was difficult, but through adversity and growing, the end game was easy. See, with the Charmander, it was kind of like mid game. Like the beginning was hard, but the end was like mid. God, playing with a Bulbasaur was a nightmare.
That's my brother's favorite. I'm waiting on him to get that tattoo. If he's gonna get a tattoo, it's gonna be either Mega Man or Bulbasaur.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna get the Mega Man blaster arm.
Probably that or fucking Bulbasaur.
So if you guys didn't play the games, I know you guys collected the cards.
Nope.
Yep.
No?
My nephew is obsessed with Pokemon. Shout out, Cole. That's all he wants for fucking everything. Christmas, birthdays, whatever, Pokemon cards.
Solid.
The only reason he got into that is because I had Smash Brothers, and he just played the shit out of Pikachu and the Pokemon trainer when he's like 5, and I'm like, yay, Smash Brothers, you're getting into this now. And then he's just obsessed with Pokemon, and he's been obsessed since.
Nice.
That's super sweet.
Yeah, that's
kind of like a way to like look at you in a sense as like a young age, like he got me into this, like positive thing.
Cool uncle. But I do have some Pokemon cards. That's only because Ricky and our roommate Scott and a few others left them at the house, and my nephew greatly appreciates those Pokemon cards I give him for Christmas. Thank you, Ricky.
No, that was like hundreds of dollars in cards.
I've checked to make sure they weren't worth anything because I was going to definitely use that.
I love how you checked first.
They were sentimental value is worth thousands, you ass.
You definitely didn't give me a disc golf disc that was worth like $200 that I found out.
I didn't know that. I was pissed about that.
I was laughing my ass off after that. So no, disc golf is a fun little sport you can play, and I was just getting into it, and Andy's like, hey, I have a trunk full of them. Take them. I'm like, cool. And I let a buddy use one of the discs I had, and he threw it, and he's like, man, this thing flies super good. I'm going to look into getting one. It was like $200 everywhere he looked. I'm like, oh, shit. I got a $200 disc for free. Sweet.
Did you throw it across the road and somebody went, what the fuck, Richard?
No, that is a great meme. No.
It's a great meme.
I think Ricky has a story about getting whaled in the head with one of those.
Yeah,
definitely went over that one. To get back on topic, though, with the Pokemon thing, I did collect the cards. I didn't battle as much when I was a kid, but as an adult, as Andy mentioned, when we all lived together, it was a large group of us. We did battle quite often, get drunk, made frozen pizzas back when they only costed like $1.50 a pop. And we would sit up and like play like drunk talking Pokemon games all night, where every time one of your Pokemon died, you would take a drink, you would take a shot, and let me tell you what, oh shit, do you get drunk real quick. When it comes to, so like I had mentioned earlier, when it comes to playing Red or Blue, I only play very little of it, not a lot, because I had to play like using like a friend's Game Boy or whatever. So when I did get to play, start a new game, and that's what I did. I always started with Squirtle. So, but that's about what I got for the initial games. As far as the later on games, I played the Let's Go Eevee. I played the Legend of Arceus. I just played Violet when it came out. That's one of the games that I'm still trying to beat before I buy my PlayStation 5. Arceus and Violet are both two of the games that I need to beat before I buy my PlayStation 5. So Arceus is almost done. I just have to beat like the last fucking boss, and that'll be it for me.
Nice.
I'm going to throw this out here right now. Nobody's going to like this, but I think Arceus is probably the best Pokemon game that I've ever played, and probably the best Pokemon game ever.
That's
a
lofty.
bold statement.
That's a very bold statement. That's lofty. I like that. Mitch, you had a couple facts about Red and Blue. Let's see what you got.
I literally have a whole page worth, but I'll knock it down to 6 just to keep it fair. Originally, Red and Blue was red and green in Japan, but they changed it from green to blue for the United States flag. So I think it's all in the United States. Now, wherever you look, I looked at like multiple different sources, and each Pokemon was different, but I thought this one was the most intriguing. Clefairy was the original mascot for Pokemon, not Pikachu.
Not Pikachu.
Clefairy had commercials.
I saw that, yeah.
I'm going to make it 7 just because I reread this. I thought it was cool. Rhydon was the first ever designed Pokemon.
Rhydon?
That's pretty cool.
Wow. That's cool.
My fact here, in terms of which game it is, either red, blue, or yellow, I'm not sure of, but Mewtwo was the series' first post-game Pokemon. You watch the credits and you get to the end, Mewtwo was the first one.
Mm-hmm. In the Pokemon, because since you guys haven't beaten it, once you beat the Elite Four, you go back to your house, and then there's a cave north of Celadon that there's a guy guarding it the entire time, and if you go and talk to him, he says only the Pokemon champion can go in this cave. Once you win the game, you can finally, post-game, go in that cave, and there's like level 65 Rhydons, and there's like level 70 different Pokemon in there, and then all the way at the end of the cave is the Mewtwo. Now, there's speculation that if you get down low enough in health and you get tired out, you can use a Great Ball on it. But if you use your Master Ball on it, it'll catch it every time. Because you get one Master Ball in the game, and you have to use it wisely, but you get it later on. The Master Ball is the end-all, be-all. You want to catch it, that's what it is. That's a good post-game fact.
I think this one's my favorite. In the Game Boy days, you could transfer Pokemon from Game Boy to Game Boy. In that process, your Pokemon could die while transferring from a Game Boy to a different Game Boy.
Oh, I did not know that.
I thought that was a fun little fact.
I've only done that like once or twice. I had a friend that lived down the road when I grew up. He lived out in the middle of the country with me, but he was 1.5 miles away, which sucked because if he was at summer camp or grounded, my whole weekend was shot. And he had a 64 and I had a PS2, so he'd come over and play Twisted Metal with me, and then I'd spend the night at his house and we'd play like GoldenEye and WWE Shut Your Mouth. It was funny because he'd always make his little brother play as the Hurricane, and he'd always play as the Rock.
I remember the Hurricane moment when he's doing pull-ups and the fucking thing snaps.
That's essentially, he always made his younger brother play as the Hurricane. It was funny. I'm like, man, that's mean, but I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and be Macho Man. And I'm like, your punk ass can be a Hurricane, I don't care. But yeah, he was the only one I ever tried with, but he had red.
Gotcha.
So I had blue. I grew up with blue, he had red. So we only did that like a couple times. We had like a system cable, and then one of us lost it or whatever. It was like exciting at the time because it was like, oh my god, this is the future of technology.
Yeah. So the Elite Four is still relevant today. They are the ones pulling all the strings in the story base still to this day.
Let's see if I can name all the Elite Four. It's Agatha. It's not Koga. Hold on. Damn it. It's Blaine, Agatha. Oh god, I could name them earlier, but I'm a couple drinks deep, but I can't name them all.
My last fun fact that I thought was absolutely hilarious: the original Pokemon protagonist was supposed to be Mario.
What?
What?
Nintendo thought that Pokemon was not going to succeed, so they originally thought if they slapped Mario on it, it had no chance of failure. But
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
They opted out to continue with, I don't even remember who the main protagonist was off the top of my head.
Brock.
Well, it's Red. I mean, Brock's in the first gym, but Red's your antagonist in the first game. Like, you can name him whatever you want. I always named him Fuckface.
I mean, I got a few other fun facts. You guys want me to get into them? But
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Speaking of Brock, you weren't supposed to fight him in the first game.
Oh, really?
You weren't supposed to, but there was a bug in the game and you could. So, little oopsie from Nintendo there. So your first 3 Pokemon games you could play were Red, Blue, and Yellow. Yellow was supposed to be purple, but they opted out for Yellow. Blue was supposed to be the real third version of Gen 1.
Well, if it's a primary color thing, that's what I assume.
Red, that's what I assume too, yeah.
Professor Oak was originally supposed to be the final boss in the game, and they I think Giovanni was the final boss.
Well, it was Red was the final boss because you beat the Elite Four, but then like right when you went to go collect your prize, they're like, oh, somebody just beat all of us, and it's your rival, of course.
Giovanni.
Well, no, your rival Giovanni is the head of Team Rocket. You fight him. He's the mysterious 8th gym leader.
Okay.
And then once you get that, then you can go to Victory Road. I almost said Victory Achieved. You can shout,
Spanky is the ultimate boss.
Rip in peace, victory achieved. You can, once you beat Giovanni, you get all 8 badges, and then you can go to Victory Road, and you beat the Elite Four, which would have ended the game, but then you have to beat your rival, who just moments before that beat the Elite Four. And then you defeat your rival to become champion. That's how you actually truly beat the game.
To add on to the Professor Oak thing, at the end of the game, he comes out and said, I have to defeat you, or you defeated all the people. He wasn't talking to you. He was talking to his grandson. And a lot of people were confused at the end of that. So I wanted to clarify that with this fact.
I know he said he was disappointed that he came all that way just to have him lose. But you know damn well Professor Oak was plowing your mom the entire time.
100%.
Oh,
I thought she was
thousand.
banging Mr. Mime. That's just her sex doll.
That's just the doll. Yeah.
Are we saying that she wasn't begging both of them at the same time?
Maybe. I mean,
Professor Oak used double team. It was truly effective.
STDs. She was catching every STD she could.
No fun facts on Missing No?
Oh, you know how long I spent trying to find that stupid Missing No? Like,
Actually,
way longer than
I did
should have.
see that. I just didn't write it down because I didn't know much about it.
That's like the glitch of glitches of Pokemon.
That's like one of the very first, like, true video game mysteries. Like, that and the Lavender Town music making kids, unalive.
Are we not going to talk about Lavender Town making kids want to log out of life forever?
Yeah. I like how you put that, by the way.
You want to go into that one, Andy?
Honestly, it's literally what I just said. Kids would hear the music, the pixelated, whatever the fuck, 8-bit music, and apparently it would make kids go crazy and make them want to sign out of AOL permanently.
It was the first creepypasta.
Yeah,
I love creepypasta.
It was one of the first
I
ones.
love the Russians.
That's for another day, but that's for another day. It was nothing but one of those satanic panic things.
Yeah.
Waspy ass parents were like, oh my God, my child like this new thing and I don't understand it. And, people get carried away with the BS. Nothing bad ever happened to a kid who ever played Pokemon.
Well, I don't know. There were some kids
I'll take that back. Not intentionally in the 90s when it happened. Now, we'll say that, unfortunately, the kids weren't committing sewer sliding back then over listening to that music. Hey, I skated around it as best as I could. I'm sorry, guys. I'm drunk, and this is the best way I could do it.
That was well done. I was going to say, like, nothing really, truly bad happened to kids who played Pokemon until they got older and played in tournaments and forgot how to shower.
Yep.
Like, that's... I still love the guy...
I caught gonorrhea.
Oops! I caught them all!
Oh, God. I still love the guy that goes to Magic the Gathering tournaments and takes a picture next to all the ass cracks that are hanging out. And he kneels down and he puts his hands together. Yeah, he puts his hands together and he looks at the camera. It's the funniest fucking thing because there's a whole album of him. Like, he's been banned from those tournaments, but somehow he keeps sneaking in.
Probably not that hard to get.
I was going to say, he keeps sneaking in, and I guarantee you that's happening at Pokemon tournaments too. I was going to say big tournaments, like small town tournaments. Like, okay, so Eric, who runs the game place here in our hometown, he holds Pokemon tournaments, and he's trying to teach people how to play Pokemon too. Like, that's tight as fuck. Like, I need to go take a lesson on that because did you guys ever, if you collected the cards, did you ever play the game? Or did you just collect the cards cards just to have the cards.
A little bit. I played a little bit.
I collected and played them I collected and played them when I was a kid.
I went through such a Pokemon craze when I was younger, and it started with this game. I want to say this was the game that really made me a video gamer. I cleaned my room, I made my bed, rolled around as the night went on, and I'm like, I played Pokemon Blue the entire night. That was the first all-nighter video game I ever played.
I played Pokemon Blue every day.
I want to be the
played
very
Pokemon
best
Blue.
that no one ever could.
Did you also try to convince your parents to take you to Burger King so you could get the special edition gold cards as well?
Yes!
Those Halloween.
Oh my god,
toys.
the gold cards, the Pokemon balls. Yes, I tried as hard as I could, and my mom wouldn't fucking budge.
Bitch.
Oh my god, no.
Shout out your mom.
She's a lovely lady. I love my mom to death. But my god, I tried so hard. I'm like, Mom, I really want these fucking Pokeballs so fucking bad. Like, I wanted to wear
They're
them.
so rad.
They were so rad. Like, if there was one kid in your class, like, it was always the cool kid that had like all of them, and he had them on his belt buckle.
That was not even out yet. Like,
and he walked into like 4th grade like he had a 7-foot dick. He's like, just walking up, like he walked into the fucking music from 300, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, that kid's so cool.
This is Pokemon.
Yeah, and there was always one kid that had the holographic Charizard, and that kid was never me.
Of course.
That kid was never me that had the holographic Charizard.
Because you're a fucking loser, bud.
That's why you still don't get laid to this day.
Damn.
Boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's not wrong.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I'm a loser too, man. That's why we're making podcasts right now. I ain't ever seen a winner say, I make a podcast.
Yeah, a bunch of dudes in the 30s.
Not me. Not you either, bud. You're 40.
Anybody have anything else to say about Pokemon Blue or Red before we get into happy time? I think that's a funny place to end.
Hold on. Yes. So Andy had brought this up a bit ago, but we cut him off. Andy, you want to bring up, do you know the creepypasta? Because I know it by heart. Do you know it?
Well, I don't know by heart. I'm going to touch it and you just clear it out the rest of it.
Yeah, go for it.
Ash is like in a weird coma. I don't know, something about his mom.
Okay, well, all right. I'll stop you there. I'll do it. Boy, you butchered that from the jump.
Yeah, the alcohol might be spicing things up here.
That's okay. So the creepypasta, if you're not familiar with it, is that in the very first episode when Ash gets struck by lightning and he sees the Ho-Oh in the sky, the lore behind Ho-Oh is that the Pokemon grants you a wish or whatever when you see it. So Ash wishes that he could travel around, be a kid forever, and catch Pokemon forever. Well, some 25 years later, Ash is still catching Pokemon. The theory is that the entire series is just a lucid dream that he's having while he's actually in a coma, because when he got struck by lightning that day, he actually fell into a coma legitimately, which would make sense because who just lets a 10-year-old walk around out on the fucking streets like, all right, Ash, here's $20 and no food.
Go catch these animals.
Yeah.
And here's a backpack. Good luck.
Throw these candies at a dinosaur.
Yeah,
go catch random dangerous animals that are known to possibly cause harm to people and others because of how dangerous they are. So that's the creepypasta. Ash really isn't catching Pokemon. He's dreaming about it because he's been in a coma for the last 25 years. So there you go, kids. Show ruined for you. Ash Ketchum is he's dead.
Happy time! Here, there we go. We'll just end it with that. With Ash Ketchum is dead. Ash Ketchum is dead. All right, happy time, people. Happy 31st.
Hold on. Whoa.
Jeez.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry. I just not thought about it. I've been saying, Ash, 25 years. So I guess as a follow-up on Ash being in a coma and being dead, he did finally become Pokemon Grand Champion winner and finally retired. The episode aired, I want to say last spring or fall.
Yeah, it was last
in
fall,
2023, where Ash finally won the big tournament. And, it's one of those weird, wow, I never thought I would see this moment. I just figured that he would just keep traveling around for another 25 years and he would keep having birthdays every other year. I'm just saying, dude's been traveling around for 25 years and he keeps somehow magically turning 11 every year. But no, I'm excited that they're finally moving on from the Ash Ketchum story. Do I plan on watching the new series? Absolutely not. I'm over it now at this point. They were lucky that I barely watched it as much as I did to keep up with it when the final episode aired. I will say that I actually do have an autograph from Comic-Con from the voice actress who plays Ash.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty cool. So I got her autograph a couple years ago. She was a very sweet lady. Give me just a quick second here. It's the new one, not the one that just passed away. Yeah, it was Sarah. So I didn't get to meet Veronica, but I got to meet Sarah. And Sarah was such a sweet lady. Did a little bit of voice work right there on the spot. I thought that it was very amazing. She's not the Ash that I grew up with initially, because me and her are like the same age, honestly. But she's still Ash Ketchum, and I still listen to her Ash over the years when I might have popped in from time to time throughout my adulthood. I just want to say thank you, Sarah, for all the work that you've put in over the years. So shout out to you for being amazing and still being a part of a childhood, and for the autograph. You are amazing. Thank you so much.
Can we get an updated shout-out list?
Yeah, I have Maine, Hollig Myers, our Canadian friends, Vanna White, the Triads, just in case, Bruce Campbell, Daddy Todd, Shining Force 2, Ed Boone, Skeletor, Smothering Your Wife with a Pillow, Furries, Taylor Swift, Carly Rae Jepsen, McVan's Video Games, the Brothers Van Dam, Ron and Jean-Claude, Fern Gully, the Throat Goat, Kiss from a Rose by Seal, and now Sarah Nottichetti.
Well, no, there's like 2 you missed in there.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. There's a shout out for like.
I thought I shouted somebody out.
Who'd you shout
I
out?
don't remember, but I thought I did on a
There was a
previous episode.
weird one that you shouted. That was like 2 episodes ago.
Oh,
I
God.
gotta update that one.
Well, if I don't remember it doesn't matter.
No, it was a good one though. If you called it out, it was getting your pants pulled down at the WWE Hall of Fame. Something wacky.
Oh, happy time, people. Happy 31st anniversary, Star Fox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, came
Go
out
barrel roll.
Came out on the Super Nintendo, which was kind of weird because everybody remembers Super Star Fox 64. Nobody really remembers
The
when it
NES
came
one
back.
was good.
The SNES one
The
was...
64 one was the fucking best.
Yeah, that was the quintessential one that everybody remembers. Happy 37th anniversary, Contra.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Damn.
Does anybody... Anybody
that's
beat
good,
that? Like, I know I've played the Contra version of Infernax, which was a blast, but I've never actually beat Contra, the game.
I don't know how far I've gotten into it. I've definitely gotten far.
Oh.
The Contra code. It's a Contra code, baby! Like, Jesus. The Konami code is the Contra code.
Up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
So,
Yes.
Andy, how about you and I? We go and we get the Konami code as like the up, down, the bullshit, and we get it as a wraparound tattoo on our wrist.
I might do the bicep.
Because you got guns,
Okay.
baby.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. The tattoo's not even that fucking big, but whatever. So what I'm saying is that you're down for this though. So okay, that's good enough for me.
You got that gift card?
That gift card is going towards my Miles Morales logo,
Alright.
not anything else.
Is it better than my miles?
I'm not that. Fuck
I'm
you.
low-key
I'm not
proud.
getting him flipping off the building. That's an amazing tattoo. I will not deny that. However, I do not have the canvas complexion that a lot of tattoo artists look for
Yeah,
when it
that's
comes to
fair.
being able to do those sort of color schemes. I have to stick with more subdued colors and something that'll stick out and still look nice. I'm still getting the Miles Morales logo, which I will be seeing that son of a bitch at Comic-Con down in Indianapolis. So I'm getting a picture with him, and I will also be getting his autograph.
I want to go to that really bad.
I know I want to go too.
Steve from Blue's Clues is going to be there.
I will also be there to get my picture and autograph with Steve as well, because I want Steve to tell me that everything is going to be okay in my life.
Aren't the guys from Walking Dead going to be there too? The guy who plays Carl.
Carl.
Carl. Isn't he going to be there
Is
too?
he? No, I did not see
I don't
him
think so.
listed.
No, I thought I seen him on a Comic-Con page thing I was looking at.
Carl!
Carl. Happy anniversary, Old School, starring Luke Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Will Ferrell, premiered in theaters February 21st, 2003. This movie is now old enough to drink.
Yeah!
Pour one out for your boy Blue.
Oh, Jesus.
Happy 19th anniversary, Robot Chicken.
Hey!
Yeah, February 20th, 2005 on Adult Swim.
All the Red Hot Chili Pepper memes about
Yeah.
that show.
This was my personal favorite. Happy 110th anniversary Cracker Jack prizes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, 110?
Nice.
110 years.
Holy
On February
macaroni.
19th, 1913, Cracker Jack began including a prize
All those free tattoos
in
and
each box.
whistles,
And I've probably
tops.
accidentally swallowed more of them than I'd like to admit.
I bet you like to swallow a lot of things, bud.
I hate all of you a little bit. And for the first time ever, it's not a happy trails or a happy anniversary or happy birthday. It's a happy ever after. A gas station bathroom turned into a wedding venue for a tri-state couple as they exchange I-dos. They knew
Doo-doos?
I see what you did there. The Abneys knew the men's bathroom inside the Hop Shops in Verona was the perfect wedding venue for them. The Hop Shops employee had a crazy idea. Said, now the Hop Shops do not have any ordinary bathroom. With the push of a button, it transforms into a disco-centric scene.
I've seen
I've
those.
seen
You don't
it, yeah.
press the
They got a
emergency
button in every Hop Shop. You push it, the disco lights come on, and the music plays. The feature was enough to get one of the two on board.
One of the
Sad
two.
is
Yeah,
your
surrounded by
The other
family,
person
friends,
fuck
coworkers.
that.
Surrounded by family, friends, coworkers, and customers.
The outfit in the bathroom?
They walked down the slushy aisle
The slut.
on Valentine's
Okay, this is the
Day.
gas station.
Did they throw it at
And
their
by the
truck,
power
too?
vested through the state of Kentucky, Hop Shops employee David Beery
I
pronounced
now
the couple
pronounce you
husband and
one
wife.
and number two.
You may now go make number 3.
God. They turned the lights off. The disco lights came on as the couple shared their first dance to Forever and Ever Amen
Go
by
to
Randy
the
Travins.
bathroom
I love
And
this
we're
song.
going-
taking a dookie.
If
Ricky.
you wonder how I'm gonna poo-poo.
And one final shout out to our friends across the pond, which you get to hear it one more time. The Victory Achieved podcast going on a hiatus for a while. They're going to cut their 73rd and final episode. Will be coming out, which would be the 20...
The Sunday before this.
Yeah, the Sunday before this. Sunday before you hear this. So make sure you give them a listen. Give them some well wishes. They're going off to be adults. They're
Fuck that.
they're working on PhDs.
Oh,
All.
good for you.
Yeah, all hold on, I'm gonna pull it up here. I'm gonna see if I can't find it. So from the Victory Achieved Twitter site says, time to announce our retirement from podcast recording. For now, at least, so that's a good silver line. We all feel like the Victory Achieved podcast run its course. IRL, Brandon is doing his PhD, Chris does full-time work and streaming, and Dan's new job keeps him busy. It's becoming harder and harder to keep up with new subjects and not repeat ourselves, and we would not like the show to become stale. We started the podcast in May 2021 during COVID for a fun hobby and a way to talk to each other. We did not think for a second that all this time we'd still be doing it and not miss a single upload date. We may still do an odd special around the holidays, and enough time has passed. We're not completely done yet, hopefully. Thanks to everyone who has interacted with us, listened to the show, enjoyed what we had to say. We have an episode launching in a few days. So from Dan, Brandon, and Chris, may you achieve victory in everything you do, and thank you for listening.
Bless you, boys.
Yes, bless you, boys.
Bless you all, yes.
And we cannot.
Bless you all.
I'm holding you to that. You're eventually going to come back. You guys will be back stronger than ever. We can definitely feel it. Speaking of making a comeback, Ricky, where can they find you?
Yeah, so the only thing that I heard there was that you wanted them to all come on your back, stronger than ever. So
I'd stick to the wall a little better. I'm not going to lie.
you can all find me at AfroKing89 on Twitter. You can find the podcast Twitter at retro_smashed. You can also find our YouTube on Retro Smash Podcast. And you can also find us on TikTok now at Retro Smash. Jesus Christ, why am I feel like I'm plugging so goddamn much? Just click the links below. Jesus Christ. And then you can also find me personally at It's the Afro King 89 or at It's the Afro King on YouTube, where Andy and I have uploaded old YouTube sketches and skits. I promise that we will come up with new material and be recording again soon. It just takes us so fucking long to actually figure stuff out. I'll probably be having to write, record, and then send it off to Andy to edit. So just give me some time, guys. It takes so goddamn long to do this shit. It does. So give me some time. Andy, where can they find you?
You can find me at the Finally, abides on Twitter. You can also send your emails at retrosmashed@gmail.com. We are also eligible to make some money at Buzzsprouts / Retro Smashed Video Game Podcast.com. Look us up. Give us $3. It's cheaper than a hamburger nowadays, I'll tell you what.
It is, yeah.
I tell you what.
But we appreciate it. Mitch, what you at?
You can find me at Liquid Dukes, second eyes of one at twitch.tv. I am going to start figuring out how to upload on YouTube so I can start trying to do what Weldy does and upload my streams. And I got one final thing. I want you guys to email the Retro Smash podcast email and send me games you think I should go after for my 12-24 challenge this year. Any game you think you'd want to see me 100%, please send it to the email so I can attempt it.
Buddy.
You're going to see me at twitter.com/WeldyTime1. You can reach me, it's at WeldyTime1. So if you reach at WeldyTime, that's the OG. That's long gone. You can reach me at WeldyTime1. You can also reach me at WeldyTime on Twitch at twitch.tv/WeldyTime. I'll be there Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday tentatively. I'm trying to get it to work to where Tuesdays and Thursdays can be added to the Twitch schedule, but I got to get my Xbox voice to chat thing working. And you can find some of my old runs, some of my old shenanigans, which I've been uploading recently. I uploaded my 2.5 hour NASCAR Heat 5 stream. Yeah, that was a fun one. Straight to YouTube. So that was a fun play around. So stop by and tell me what you like, don't like. If you don't like it, then
Fuck off.
Andy's words, not mine. All right. So from all of us here at the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast, we love you. Victory achieved. Good night, Canada. And keep
stick on the ice.
you beat me to it. Good work.
Fuck Wizard.
And before we officially sign off, do not forget to, since this is airing on the 10th of March, do not forget to set your clocks forward because it is daylight savings time.
Mario Day.
Don't forget, March 10th, it is daylight savings times, guys. So you better make sure that your clocks are all straight or else you're going to be all fucked up when you're late for work the next day. But since we're not catching you before then, have a happy St. Patty's Day. Get super drunk. Be very irresponsible. I know it's on a Sunday this year, but fuck it, call off of work like it's the Super Bowl.
Do it.